I removed my cut shoe and I threw at her and I ran away from there. Who could possibly make my best friend cry? Like one big gangster. I drag him out of the class and then I'm doing like this in movies, how they do like this. Hit him with that brick in his head and blood started coming. So then she told me, become like a chicken. He grabbed me by my head, by my neck, and he pushed me so hard. Hello, what's up, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, hi, my name is Ashmita. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. I'm trying my best to be consistent here. I know I always say this, but this time I really hope I stay consistent. I'm trying my best to stay consistent. Today's video is a little story time of how I quite literally broke a boy's head with a brick when I was in kindergarten. Yeah, I was quite literally a little gangster. So this happened when I was in upper kindergarten, and I was kind of all the teachers' favorite kid and a little bit of popular kid because I used to always get first rank. Kindergarten mein first rank, as if it matters. Anyway, I used to be very notorious. I used to be very playful, very talkative, and also I was also kind of fun and naughty. So because I was teacher's favorite kid, I used to think that no matter what I do, I will never get into trouble. Nobody will scold me. Nobody will tell anything to me. So I used to think whoever my friends were, I was the gang leader. I will make all the decisions. I was the important one and all that, right? One day, my best friend comes to me. Actually, I don't even remember her name now. I remember a little bit of her face. They take class group pictures, so whenever I see that photo, I can tell that this was my best friend, but I don't remember her name as such. So one day she comes to me crying, and I just like lose my shit as to who could possibly make my best friend cry. She comes to me crying, saying there's this boy in another class who bullied her and who made her cry, who hit her. I got so angry, and like one big gangster, I'm taking her with me with two more girls behind me, and I'm just like, who the hell has the courage to bully my best friend, make my best friend cry? And I go to their class. She points at this boy who made her cry, and I literally grab him by his collar. I drag him out of the class. It's so funny to me when I think of it now. I remember very well. I pinned him down to the wall. I held him here, and then I'm doing like this in movies, how they do like this. I'm doing like this, and then one of the girls who was with me, she brings a brick, red color brick. Like it was probably this size. It was very big for my hand back then because my hand was very small. She hands it over in my hand. Back in those days, they used to build all the buildings with those red bricks. So you could find red bricks anywhere and everywhere. I held that brick with my tiny hand. It was so big for me. And I hit him with that brick in his head and blood started coming. And then after that, I'm like, hereafter anybody dares to touch my friend, this is what will happen to you. What the hell was wrong with me? Where did I learn all of these stuff? I was probably influenced by all of these Tamil mass movies. To think of how I behaved at that time, I'm just like, who the fuck did I think I was? Anyway, after all this happened, I go sit in my class. The period started, everything was going on, and suddenly one of my PT teachers comes in and she's like, Ashmita, come out of the class. And I was just wondering what could have possibly happened. Nobody's gonna tell me anything, of course, because I'm everyone's favorite. So there's no way that I am gonna get into trouble, right? So I was very chill. I was not scared at all. I walked out of the class. My PT teacher was very angry. She didn't tell me anything. She just asked me to kneel down in the ground, and the ground did not have any floor. It was just full of sand. So when you kneel down, like it'll hurt your knee a lot. So then she told me, become like a chicken. On the floor, you sit like this. You put your hands from here and you hold your ears like this, and you just stay there. And she made me sit like that for one whole period in the hot scorching sun, which I deserved. After this one period was over, she comes to me and she's like, do you know why you've been given this punishment? And I was like, I don't know. And then she tells me why she punished me, and I was just there quietly sitting like a chicken. And then I said, sorry, I will never do this again. And then she asked me, are you sure you'll never do this again? I said, I will never do this again. She asked me twice, she asked me thrice. I was very patient and I said, no, I will never do this hereafter. The fourth time that she asked me the same thing again, I kind of lost it and I screamed at her, I told you, I will never do this again. Why are you asking me again and again? I removed my cut shoe and I threw at her and I ran away from there. What the fuck is wrong with me? How fucking spoiled was I? But in my defense, I would say I wasn't spoiled. I was just a very angry kid. So anyway, all of this happened. We went home. Next day, apparently a call was made to my home and my mom had to come to the school. And when she came to the school, we were in the headmistress room. And even when we were in headmistress room, I thought nothing big is going to happen because headmistress also likes me. Why I used to think she likes me is because whenever I'd be in her room and I would just roam around, play with all of the things, and she wouldn't tell me anything. And that day when me and my mom again went to the headmistress room, I was about to run around in her room and play around, but then she said, Ashmita, stand here quietly. And I just became so sad at that moment, because I loved her so much. I loved my headmistress so much, because in my family I never really got that love, that importance, or I ever felt like I was loved in my home. So outside of my home, this was the only place where I was kind of accepted for however I was, whoever I was. To think that this person doesn't tell me anything, even if I play around and do something, for me, I just felt so loved. And the moment she got upset with me and she told me to quietly stand, I felt so heartbroken that, I let this person down. I let this one person who likes me so much down. So I was just very sad and I was very upset, and I was standing there quietly. And then she was talking to my mom, and she seemed very angry. I could tell that she was angry, and I've never seen her angry. Then she tells my mom all of this happened. I can't believe out of all the kids she would do this, because she's such a studious girl. She studies well, she does her homework on time, everything is proper. I can't believe she did this and all of that. And my mom also was very upset, and then she told the headmistress that I'll make sure nothing like this ever happens. I will make sure she'll be a good kid hereafter. And then while we were about to leave, the headmistress looked at me and she's like, Ashmita, never again something like this will happen. If it happens, I'm never talking to you again. And I was so heartbroken that out of all the people in the world, I let this one person down, and I was so sad, regretting what I had done. Not the fact that I beat that boy, the fact that I let her down. I was so sad and so upset, and I cried a lot. I told sorry to her. I said I will never do anything like this. I went home crying, and after that I made sure nothing like this ever happens. This little gundagardi behavior. After my kindergarten, I moved to some other school, and I made sure I never did any of these gundagardi activities and all of these brat behaviors and all that. In fact, after that, the school that I moved in, I was bullied for the first 6 years. Not in school, but in my auto. So I was going to school in one auto where I was the only outside person. There were about 4 to 5 people. It was 2 girls and 3 boys. No, 3 girls and 2 boys, or 3 girls and 3 boys, I'm not sure. They were all cousins, and I was the only outside person. And I was the youngest one. They were all elder ones. So for the first 6 years, I was bullied so much. Every day I would go home crying to my mom that I don't want to go to school in this auto. But then my mom couldn't do anything, because the men take the decisions, and I didn't have the courage to go talk to my bade papa or my dadaji and all. Even if I tell my dad, it's of quite literally no use. And when I was young, I never used to see my dad much. By the time he would come to the room, I would have already slept. So I would just every day cry. They will literally make me stand and come to school. They will not let me sit in their lap or on the seat. They used to beat me so much. They used to pull my hair. They used to bully me so bad. And once I even remember, so I come from a Jain family. For Jains, non-vegetarian is such a big thing, right? So this one girl from my auto, I was also having lunch with them. She ate chicken with her spoon, and with that spoon, she mixed something in my tiffin. And I was like, oh my god, non-veg, this, that. I went and I cried to my mom. My mom, who is the most softest person who never speaks, came to school and complained to my headmistress that this thing has happened, because it's a very sensitive thing for us as Jains. That happened. And finally in 6th standard, I moved to some other auto, because in 6th standard, I remember this one guy, he grabbed me by my neck, and he pushed me so hard. There is a grill in the auto, right? Like you hold that grill and then you enter it. I banged my head so hard on that grill, and I came back. I had such a big wound. I went home. I started crying to my grandfather and my bade papa itself that I'm never going in this auto again. They are bullying me so much and all this, that. And then they changed my auto. So yeah, I was a bully when I was in kindergarten, and then I was bullied for almost 6 years. And it's so funny to me now to think that I was such a brat, such a gundagardi doing kind of a girl. So yeah, I hope you had fun listening to this little story time of mine. If you like this video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a lot more story times coming up, and you wouldn't want to miss that because they're all super fun. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.